Will losing weight change your life? Absolutely it will. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 ways my life has changed for the better since losing 65 pounds. So I almost titled this video, Losing Weight, Is It Worth It? Because I know that when I realized, I wanted to lose weight, there was still this inner battle in my head, like I wanted to lose weight, but then I thought, is it really going to be worth it? And, I didn't really know if my life would really change if I lost the weight. But now, with hindsight, I can look back and I can really see how losing the weight has changed my life in some really big positive ways. So I thought this would be a good video to make for those people who, you're starting that weight loss journey, or maybe you're having a little bit of trouble, or you're frustrated. I'm here to tell you it's worth it. Keep at it. So here are the 5 ways I've found that my life really has changed since losing the weight. So number 1, and this is the biggest one, it's my confidence level. Before, when I was 65 pounds heavier, I was not very confident, and that touches so many different little areas of your life that you almost don't realize it. But I was kind of ashamed of my weight. My husband is really a thin guy, and at my heaviest, I was almost 100 pounds heavier than he was, and that was kind of hard. It would kind of weigh on me, pun intended. And to be clear, he never said a negative word about my weight. He never, ever made me feel bad about my weight. But it was that internal pressure that I had. I found myself not wanting to, meet his clients and go to different professional events that he had because I was just ashamed of how I looked. Now, that's not to say that if you are overweight, you should be ashamed. I think it's great. There are people out there who they can be very, very confident while they're overweight, and I think that's great. It's just I wasn't. But since losing the weight, I have gained so much confidence. I put myself out there more in life. I try new things and I do new things, and that's because of that confidence that I have gained. For example, some of the things that I started to do once I started losing weight, I had the confidence to try to learn a new language, American Sign Language, and that opened up an entire new community of people to interact with. I got my real estate license. Instead of being scared of being able to meet my husband's clients, I was actually confident enough to actually go out and get the license and then be confident to go meet with my own clients. I've started learning how to draw more, and I've actually been sharing that with the public. And of course, these YouTube videos, there's no way you could have gotten me on YouTube 65 pounds ago. I just wouldn't have done it. But now I have this channel, and my husband and I do coffee reviews on our other channel, Coffee. So it's made my life so much fuller. I have a fuller life now that I've lost the weight and kept it off. Number 2, and this is almost as big as number 1, and that is my energy level and my mood. This is another thing that touches like every little area of your life. And before I lost the weight, I just kind of felt blah all the time. I just didn't have energy. I would wake up, I worked from home at a computer job, so I just sat there all day doing the work, and then I was exhausted by the end of the day. I didn't really move around very much. And then I just woke up the next morning and kind of did it all over again. I always just kind of felt tired and sleepy when I woke up. Compare that to now. I wake up with lots of energy. I wake up earlier than I did when I was heavier. I actually have energy throughout the entire day. I get so much more accomplished. Even after the workday's done, I have lots of energy left over. By the time it's time for bed, I feel ready to go to bed, but it's not like it was back before I lost this weight. And just in general, I have a more positive outlook on life. I don't worry as much as I used to. It's just I have a more positive attitude. Something even as simple before as walking across the parking lot. When I was 65 pounds heavier, it was a chore. I was annoyed by it. I was exhausted. I just didn't, and now things like that aren't even on a blip on my radar. It's like, I don't mind it. I'm in shape and I can go walk, and I walk 6 miles a day. So it's just a totally different life that I'm living. Number 3. Now this one might seem a little bit vain, but I actually like pictures of myself. Before I lost weight, I hated pictures when people would bring out a camera, which everyone has a smartphone and has a camera now. You know, you'll be at a family event and they take out the camera, and I just wanted to run and hide. I dreaded it because I knew that they're going to post it on Facebook and it was just going to be mortifying. So I did my best to try to dodge the camera, which then meant I was cutting myself out of all these memories that my kids, I'm sure, will want to see when they're older. But now when people bring out a camera, I'm fine. I'm actually excited. Like, yeah, let's grab a picture. And it's fun to look at the pictures on Facebook. You know, it was the Facebook picture that got posted back in 2014 that actually started my weight loss journey. And you can see what I looked like back then. It's just one less thing to stress about now. Number 4, my clothes fit. And again, this might seem like, oh, well, that's not that deep or anything. Well, it's not, but you know what? It's also a daily reminder. If your clothes aren't fitting right, because every day we put on clothes, and if you're not happy with how your clothes are fitting and you feel bad whenever you put on clothes, it's a daily reminder, because every day we're changing our clothes. So I could never get clothes to fit right. When I was overweight, it never, if I could fit it around my waist, it was way too big everywhere else. It was always frustrating. I was never happy. Even if I could kind of get the fit right, I just wasn't happy with the way my body looked. But now when I go shopping, which isn't very often because I don't really like to go shopping, but when I do, it's not a frustrating experience. It's actually quite pleasant to go into the store, try on a pair of pants, they fit, they look okay, and then I get out of there. And then lastly, number 5, I just feel more in control of my life in general. I think it's because, you know, I've become more self-disciplined, which gives you just more control in your life. That daily habit of walking 6 miles a day, or the self-discipline it takes to eat once a day, 6 days out of the week. All those things are just these daily habits that over time have really made me a more self-disciplined person. And because of that, because now that I know how to lose weight and I know how to maintain my weight loss, I just feel more in control. Before I kind of felt like a victim, like it's not fair, everybody else can eat whatever they want and I have to really watch what I eat, and you know, and I just gain weight easily and things like that. And now I realize, no, I was eating too much before. Quite frankly, I was just eating too much, and now I know the right amount to eat. So as you can see, weight loss has really improved my life, and it really has improved my mood and changed my life for the better. So I would love to know if you have lost weight or you've started losing weight and you've started to notice some positive changes. Leave it in the comments below. Let other people know some of these other benefits that you're seeing, because we all need that encouragement along the way when we know that we need to get the weight off, but we just don't know if it's going to be worth it. Share those down below. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.